and it just got away from me. But yeah, it wasn't anything in terms of like, the game, or it was just the ball was wet, slipped. I was trying to rip it to Debo, and I was just mad that I couldn't get it to him. So.
How important is that second pass where you hit Brandon to kind of get into the rhythm then?
Yeah, I mean, it's very important. Obviously, had missed one right before that, so to get the ball to BA, have him make a play, and just create some momentum was huge for us, huge for myself. As a quarterback, you want to start the game off with some completions and just get into a rhythm. And so it was huge for myself. It was huge for the team.
Did it feel different?
For you? Go ahead, Ann.
Did it feel different because it was a playoff game?
I mean, there was some emotion going into the game. Like, you could just feel it, in the environment with the fans and our teammates. Like, man, this is win or go home. And so, you did feel that. I feel like pre-game and whatnot. But once the game started, it was all, hey, it's 11 on 11. I got to do my job. I got to get it to the guys when they're in space and go from there. But, we didn't make it more than what it was. I mean, you could feel it in the first half in terms of, Seattle's playing really good football. It's playoff football. Everyone plays their best football. So I feel like that was just something that we had in the back of our minds too. But overall, it wasn't, oh my gosh, we're in the playoffs. We got to get all tense or anything like that. So we just got to play our game and let everything else fall into place.
You haven't had very many opportunities to have Debo and Christian in the backfield behind you. When they did that today, they were on that field at the same time today. Can you kind of see the defense having a dilemma, sort of a pick your poison type of issue for them?
I mean, yeah, I think obviously it's hard for a defense to stop that when you got both guys coming out of the backfield any which way or doing all these exotic things that we do. But I thought, honestly, credit to Seattle. They did a good job, I think, on third downs and everything like that. In terms of playing man, they had great coverage. I feel like they had a good plan in terms of how to stopping our guys out of the backfield with Christian and Debo. But at the same time, like once we did get the ball and they made plays, then we did exactly that. Our guys made plays in space, and so it's going to be a challenge moving forward. As usual, everyone's going to be playing their best football and scheming up stuff like that for Christian and Debo, but I know once they win those one-on-one matchups and get the ball to them, it's tough for defenses. So yeah.
In the first half, you were able to move the ball well, but couldn't get into the end zone or have trouble finishing drives. Why were you able to turn that around in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just there's a couple plays, man, where it's like you got to be on point. Once you get those matchups and opportunities to capitalize on them, you got to do it, especially in the NFL, playoff football. And so that's, I put that on myself. There's some plays where I should have put the ball up, give Georgia a one-on-one shot and instead of taking a sack. Some plays like that where I got to be better. And so coming into the halftime, Kyle just was straight up and was like, hey, man, like you got plays are there. The opportunities are there. We just got to keep it simple and get it to the guys. And so we knew what our plan was coming out of halftime into the second half, and I thought we just executed everything and we finished drives where we didn't do the stalling. We didn't overthink things in the second half.
So. Around a lot today, but after when you roll left, roll right, you get it to Elijah in the open flat there. You really looked as excited as I've seen you. That was just because of the play. It was the moment. What were you feeling there, and could you talk us through that play?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a broken play. I was trying to go left to BA and then go through my progression from there. It just broke down. And so, once Elijah did his job in terms of, staying in protection, and then if he had time, he could get out, and he was my last read. So the front side just broke down, and when I scrambled, Elijah was where he needed to be. And that's why I was excited. I was like, man, that was sweet that, I had that trust in you to be there, and the same for him, for myself. And so, once we completed that and scored, it's just a huge part in the game, to create momentum. It was just a big play for everyone and a big moment for everyone. So I was just excited about it and just wanted to create some juice for our team and just celebrate a touchdown with my guy Elijah.
People called you slithery moves
really?
Out there. Is this something you knew you had, or is it just instinct to be able to move right when the defensive lineman's coming one way?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I go into a play where, if it's not here, I'm going to scramble and do this and that. I want to go through my progressions and stuff, but I feel like it's just the instinct that I have of playing football throughout the years of, if something's not there, the play can still be alive. That's sort of in the back of my mind. And so growing up, I've been able to scramble and make plays off schedule. So in those moments and a couple of those touchdowns, I think it was just something that I've always done my whole life in terms of, finding a way when it's not there. So that's all it was.
You almost got a fourth touchdown pass to BA in the corner. On that rollout, you took a big shot at the end. When you look back on that play, was it worth it?
Yeah, I think.
Was that the same ribs over that same area where you?
Yeah, it was on my left side. Nothing from that hit. It was a good, clean hit from the defensive lineman. Obviously, in that kind of situation, I got to be smarter with, getting the ball out if the first read's not there, instead of doing all that extra stuff. But, yeah, it was just – I felt like it was one of those situations where, man, if we can just put one more touchdown in, put the nail in the coffin, but at the same time, a field goal is just as good. So something I got to be smart with and, just throw it away if it's not there. What's that?
What did Brandon say to you after that play?
He was – I was excited that, all right, we have a scramble drill on, and he kept it alive. He saw me scramble. I went left, came back right, and then, he ran left and then went all the way right. And so I was excited that he kept it alive, and I was happy. I was like, dude, that was good. And then he was obviously he's hard on himself. He's like, man, I should have caught it or hit my hands or whatever. But, it's all good, man. I love the dude. He works hard. He blocked for Debo on that long touchdown. Like, you can just see BA gives everything for this team. And so something like that happens, it's all good. Like, we're going to learn from it and be better.
Two swagger-related questions. Can you do you feel the high step coming, or is that just natural? And then what do you imagine you're injecting into your veins?
Yeah, the high step, sort of just comes, in the moment. I don't really, I'm going to high step this linebacker or anything like that. It's just I try to just get him to stop a little bit so I could possibly get a couple more yards. That's all that is. And then, the whole vein deal, I think it's just more for the team. Like, they love, just bringing some emotion and juice to the team. And so, I don't go into the game telling, man, I'm going to inject my veins with this or that. It was just some celebration to get the guys going. So.
Are you a LeBron James fan?
Yeah, LeBron, yeah.
Did you see that he tweeted about you?
I did not.
Said, LeBron gut game.
LeBron said that? Oh, that's sweet. Yeah. Nah, that's awesome. That's so cool.
How did you notice the intensity in the huddle change maybe after Debo got his late game play?
Yeah, that's our guy, Debo. Like, he brings so much to the team, the juice, the swagger, all that kind of stuff. And, he was down, obviously, and the guy just kept going. And it's like, come on, like, let's play clean here. Just keep the game going. And, we get it. It's a physical game and everything, but to do that, it's unnecessary. And so for our team to just, show some emotion, to show Debo that we got his back, man. And, yeah, I think we all had the right to have his back and be fired up about that, but definitely created some juice for us and some momentum, and I feel like we capitalized off it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Right here.
They're only down by 6. What was the temperament in the huddle at that point as far as just trying to keep them out in the end zone, having them settle for a field goal before you got your strip sack?
Yeah, when the team gets in the red zone, your thought process mentality is to hold them to a field goal. Guys was just like play the call and execute. Right?